Welcome back to the channel, guys. We've come away for a couple of days to somewhere really cool. I think you're going to like this. So as you already know, if you've been following the channel for a while, we love a bit of off-grid stuff on this channel, so go check out some of the other videos. But I want to show you this, guys. This is something really special. It's a completely off-grid cabin in the middle of the woods. So it's got a 4 kilowatt PV array on the roof. There's 15 panels there, so what does that make it? Probably about 270 watts a panel. And that gets fed down into this box. Only the best is good enough, because we've got an Easy Grid 3000 in here with the broom handles down here as well. So this is a lithium battery based system, and you can see on here on this panel, so it says here it's a lithium iron phosphate battery, basically the same sort of thing as I've got in my workshop, and it's got a total capacity of 6.14 kilowatt hours, so that's a pretty substantial amount of energy storage for something that's just a cabin. And for those of you who prefer volts and amps, it's a 48 volt 150 amp hour battery in there, so big battery. But this is my favourite bit, the Victron colour control. We've got one of these in the workshop at home, as you know, but it's not this version. It's running on a Raspberry Pi, so you can actually do this a lot cheaper by using a Raspberry Pi, but this is kind of like the professional way of doing it. So it's pretty cloudy at the moment, so only getting about 600 watts, around 600 watts. It's just popped up a little bit there off of the PV. So this is a Victron solar charger, and that will basically top up these batteries. So you can see right now it's 100%. So the battery's at 100%. It did go down to about 70% last night, just from sort of running LED lights, but I'll go into more of that sort of thing later. You can see the house load's about 400, or cabin load, should I say. They've actually got a generator room on this site as well. It's right over the other side of the plot, which is huge, so you're never going to hear it when it actually turns on. Mainly that's to cover really high load periods, or people that don't really care about off-grid stuff and that just stay in here and kind of, you know, plug in hair dryers and all sorts of other stuff. But the whole thing has kind of been set up really energy conscious, like there's no toaster, no kettle, no, you know, all the appliances and stuff are like super energy efficient as much as they can be. So pretty much I don't think that generator will actually kick in, but we'll see. But it's a very clever system, guys, state of the art really. I mean, people could just come to this cabin and just not even think about this, and it would just, you know, just seamlessly work. But I didn't realise when we planned to come here that it actually had a Victron system, so that's quite a nice surprise. And this isn't even a sponsored video, I've actually paid to come here. Check this out as well. It's a wood-fired hot tub. I've wanted to try one of these for so long, even though I've got, you know, obviously got an electric one, which is just, in hindsight, it was a big mistake because of, you know, all this kind of off-grid stuff. It's much better to use fire to heat up water than anything else. Got to get this water heated up. It does take a while. He's getting quite warm though. Doesn't take anywhere near as long as an electric one there. It's a pizza oven there as well. Nice. Let's see how the solar yield's getting on. So you can see it's only 300 watts, even though the sun is fully out, because it's at 100% battery. So if we go in here and have a look, you'll be able to see exactly what we've brought in today, which is yield 7.7 kilowatt hours. So ideally we need to turn something on inside so that we're not actually wasting this energy. So maybe the microwave or something, and to see what happens on here. Let's make a cup of tea the most efficient way. Put some water in here and stick it in the microwave. Right, so if we come back to here, you can see we've got 1.5 kilowatts going out, and the solar charger is kicked up to sort of nearly 2 kilowatt. So this is how you don't waste PV energy, guys. I mean, ideally there'd be some sort of system in here that would actually heat the water up in the water tank or something like that, but I'm not sure if they've got that kind of set up here. I don't know, mainly because this is actually a solar charger. It's a low voltage solar charger that charges up the batteries at 50 odd volts. So the best way to do it would be to like have an immersion heater in a hot water tank, and then basically get that to turn on when we've got surplus PV energy coming in. Direct from the sun. What we could also do is turn the dishwasher on as well. Right, that's weird. It looks like the generator's kicked in. Yeah, that's a bit strange. I mean, the AC loads have gone up to 2 kilowatts, and the generator's basically kicked in, rather than the solar. Must be the way this is configured or something. You can't really hear it because it's so far away, but you can definitely know that it's on. You can hear it now. Yeah, strange that. What do you reckon, guys? Anyone got any ideas? It's weird because it didn't come on with the microwave. It's only come on when the dishwasher's on, so I'm sure there's a perfectly good explanation anyway. Just going for a little walk through the woods. I don't know how big this plot is. It must be a couple of acres. Not going to run out of firewood around here. Right guys, I just stepped into the car. Let's go and get some fish and chips from the local town, Melton Mulberry. It was actually really famous for pork pies. Not that I ate those, but I just thought I'd show you this. This is the main entrance to the forest where obviously the cabin is. But they've got basically one of these, and apparently this actually gets its signal from a wind turbine somewhere over there. I can actually see it over there, look. If we zoom in on here, you might be able to see the blade going just over there. How cool is that? Right, it's a bit later now. Got the fish and chips. A little bit ropey. I don't know what was going on. It wasn't very good at all. At Melton Mulberry, and we kind of stopped on the way here into the town, but we didn't really kind of see it. But I don't know, just didn't feel that good. Anyway, the sun's pretty much gone down now. Hopefully it's going to be a nice clear night, but now this is going to be interesting because it means the cabin is basically going to be running off batteries. Oh yeah, I might have just burnt quite a lot of wood this afternoon getting this hot tub up to temperature, and look, it's like steaming now. I don't know what the actual temperature is, but that is properly warm. It's nearly 40 degrees, which is lovely, but I'm not sure we're going to be getting any. So it might be worth one last dip. It's pretty dark in here, so we've got a few things on, just like TV. Most of the lights and stuff in here are LEDs, but we're basically in pitch black at the moment because we haven't turned anything on. These are cool as well, little night lights, and you just pick them up and they just turn into torches. These are kind of dotted all around. I want to get some of these for home. So if you just come around to the cabinet again and have a look, you can see exactly what's happening right now. So we've got 355 watts going out at the moment. I mean, crazy, there's actually 11 watts of solar, and it's not dark, but this shows you just any light just creates a little bit of voltage. So we're down to 92%. So this is what's happening now. We're just discharging the battery. We've just been charged up by solar. If this drops too low, then the generator will just basically come on, but there's no reason why it would, because you're not kind of using anything high powered, you know, at night. And have a final look at the yield for today, because we're not really going to get anything more in. Daily history. So in total today, 9.64 kilowatt hours. That's total in. And then, you know, maximum power is about nearly 4 kilowatt. Voltage 105. So charge time, we've got 10 hours. So 10 hours of continuous, and then you've got absorption and float, which obviously the other things don't apply to lithium, the float. Kind of expected for a summer day, about 10 hours there. Now, as I was expecting, that yield is low. It would be low because basically the batteries are 70% in the morning, so it's only got to charge them up 30%, you know, for the day. So you're not going to get a big yield, even though the actual capabilities of the system is a lot greater. So you kind of need to have something in the system that's going to waste that power, or kind of use that power for something else, like so heating water, so that you're not using gas to heat that water. You know, charging an electric car, or I don't know, other things that you could possibly do with that. But I don't think they've got that set up. It can't be, but it seems like they could probably save themselves a little bit on diesel, because that generator's coming in when it probably doesn't need to. I don't know, it's all interesting. There's so many ways you can kind of do this, and kind of getting it right and getting the balance right is kind of, you know, there's lots of settings in this, so you can change things and offset different things, especially when you've got a generator as well. So getting it right and getting it nailed. I know this is very new, this whole cabin and everything else. The camera just ran out of memory. So yeah, what I was saying is this stuff, it does take quite a long time to sort of get everything fine-tuned to the particular application. So I don't know, maybe I haven't spoken to, but maybe they're, you know, going to kind of tweak it as it goes along. Who knows? But it'd be interesting to find out. I may, you know, talk to them about it. Anyway guys, that's it for this one. Hope you've enjoyed it. There'll be loads more stuff coming, more stuff with the e-bike stuff, more stuff with the Vapor e-bike and all of that. So yeah, make sure you subscribe and like, do the usual stuff, and I'll catch you in the next video.